Hi, Orko. Okay. So yeah, obviously, a big day in one way or the other for Indian football, since we have the under 17 women's team playing in a World Cup. So yeah, huge in that sense. Yeah, hi Orko. Am I audible to you?
Hi, Abreshmina.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think there was some error from your end. I couldn't hear you.
Right, right. But yeah, thanks for this
Oh, not at all. It's a pleasure. Yeah, always.
joining joining us. It's a what to say.
You're getting cut, Orko. Orko. Okay. I So anyway, we are here to obviously talk about the game, watch the game along with everybody, and give our inputs. Um, I mean, both Orko and I have been following the women's game for like I've been following it for 6 years now. Orko, I think a couple of years more than that, about 10 years or something, 8 to 10 years. So yeah, I think we both kind of know the women's game well. So yeah, I mean, we're hoping that this is some sort of start for the women's game in the country. So yeah, I mean, we're obviously all looking forward to it as a nation. Don't you think so, Olko?
Seem encountered the worst
Yeah, I think I think for Olko, the internet has decided to
possible.
go bad on the worst possible day.
And I think filed a complaint, but it's here on the last 10 minutes. But yeah, if you can hear me, yes, it
I
is.
can hear you.
I know. I
I it's supremely sad that we're kind of
thank
losing
you
Orko on this day.
from hotspot and
Yeah. No, we can. I can hear you now, and your screen is also finally moving. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. Yes.
and you'll have to excuse us because yes,
Okay. So the lineups.
yeah.
So yes, we have the lineups, of course. Um, from India's end, Anjali Munda is starting on goal. I mean, we've recently seen Melody being the keeper for this team, but Anjali is starting today. Apart from that, in defense, it's Astam, Kajal, Shubhangi, and Purnima Kumari. Yes, I think yeah. No, Shilki and Purnima. Shilki and Purnima, yeah. Shilki and Astam are playing centre backs, while Kajal is left back and Purnima is right back. Linda Comserto, as we spoke about it. Orko and I had a chat about it that Linda would be the linchpin pin of the attack, and I mean she's the target person for India today. I mean that was expected because I mean through say since
Yeah.
this
Uh,
yeah, I mean since ever since we've really seen this particular team come along. I mean if there is somebody who's been the name in terms of finding the back of the net, it's been Linda. So yeah, I mean it was very much expected that Linda would be the person who would be expected to score the goals. I mean obviously it's going to be very difficult today, but I mean we're going to see how that pans out.
my I got a good about number half. I want to see Indian.
We Kickoff has happened so yeah, I mean as expected, I mean, so far, even with the kickoff, what we really saw was when the ball was going towards the US goal uh, from the left, India was trying to press up high. But I mean, as we see now, right now they're holding a line as of now behind. Linda is quite close to the half line actually. The US centre backs have had a lot of time to, you know, make that pass to the flank. So, first sliding tackle for India. The ball reached the box pretty easily, if you say so. I mean, one long ball and from the centre back to the left flank, and it was right towards the left of the box from where
Fiber net has
a
done me a
sliding
solid
tackle
favor
had.
at a very. Imagine trying to watch all of this on hotspot
Very tough. I
and
mean, being here and watching it at the same time, extremely tough.
yeah. But um, what are your initial thoughts on the games today? Like that happened, Brazil versus Morocco as well.
So honestly, along with my work, I could manage to see just Brazil versus Morocco, because usually how it used to work for me was I would play one match on my TV and the other on my laptop. But since I have a day job,
Hmm.
so I couldn't have done that today. So yeah, I was able to watch
Hmm.
Brazil versus Morocco. I think it was an entertaining game. I did think in terms of fitness, Morocco did show
Hmm.
uh, them like
Hmm.
put up a good show. Even though Brazil obviously, I mean, it was even that Brazil was expected to you know do
Hmm.
uh, perform the way they did as well. I mean, it was expected out of Brazil. So yeah, but I did think
Yeah.
that
And
yeah. Sorry, go on.
yeah, I, I was just gonna say that nervy moment for the Indian for the US backline there. I think Linda Com just attacking them, and
Yeah.
it's clear that when India defend, I mean their defensive transitions, they four just in front of the just in front of the box, right? But I don't know
Yeah.
if sitting this deep is just inviting pressure onto the team. You know?
You mean in terms of India?
Yeah, in terms of India, yes.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I honestly didn't think that they would sit this deep, because previously I have seen this team trying to go for more, like press up high. So yeah, it's actually kind of a surprise
Hmm.
for me that they're deciding to sit this deep, because they're allowing the
Hmm.
US centre backs a lot of time actually to, you know, properly progress the ball. The centre backs and
Yeah.
basically the whole defensive line has way too much time. I mean, at this point in time,
Hmm.
Linda is literally within the India half, actually. So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
way behind.
Nice combination play by the US there. First shot
Yeah,
on target, and I mean, India's just seems happy to put it out for the moment. It's clear. It's clear that Linda is the person. She's not getting going to get a lot of service. One feels during this tournament, but they
yeah,
clearly have a lot of expectations of her because uh, she seems to be somebody who has a very good head on her shoulder. She's very calm while facing while in the final third. It's something we've seen
yeah.
a lot
I
from
think
her,
that, but
right?
I also think a lot, like in terms of what we've seen what we are seeing at this point in time, she's being
Hmm.
expected
Hmm.
to cover a lot of ground. But excellent work by the US number nine right now, right? Like nearly from the
Hmm.
touchline, she put the ball back into the center, and Anjali had to make that save.
And you expect you expect the US to to go for it in the initial few minutes because
Yeah.
conditions are not great. It's energy sapping, heat conditions. They'd want to kill this off as fast as possible, uh, because I don't think they can actually rely on the second half. And I think the Brazil Morocco game was a great indication for
Hmm.
that. I don't think the US wants to leave it to second half. I Because we saw nerves creeping up in Brazil, uh, right? I don't think the
Yeah.
US wants a
Towards the
repeat
end,
of
yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think overall US footballers would be more fit, because they do play a lot more generally. I mean, yes, we do see Brazilian football in terms of the name that it is, and in terms of obviously the women players also matter, and obviously people coming from that system. But in terms of the number of games that they locally get, it's actually not too much. So yeah, I mean, I would assume that the US footballers would be a bit more fit than them.
uh, we're also seeing India give. I mean, there's almost no pressure in the US half,
Yes,
right?
yes.
The US can very easily progress it. India literally hoping to make it a game of one half, essentially game in one half, rather, and
Hmm.
they're giving up almost 70 yards, 60, 70 yards to the US. Uh,
Yeah.
one thing
I
which is very clear in the
hmm.
in the initial few exchanges is that the US is looking for the space between the fullback and the center backs. They're constantly making those
Absolutely,
runs in
especially
behind.
towards the yeah, especially towards the right, like India's left.
Yeah, India's left. So
Yeah,
and I think we have Kajal and the captain Astam on that side. So they
yeah,
really
on that
really
side.
have to plug this gap before it gets punished. And interesting corner defensive maneuver from from India. Two banks of four, and then they're just hoping to crowd out the center.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
nervy clearance
See,
there by
very,
Neetu
very.
Linda.
I'm genuinely not sure that it's a very good strategy to allow the US players so much time on the ball. Also, what we saw in the build up to this corner, that like when the ball was coming from on the Indian left flank, there were two players who went to block one player while leaving. Oh,
Oh,
we
it's a
have the goal.
goal.
Yeah, it's a
We have
goal.
the goal.
Yeah,
It's a goal,
I mean, we're just
and
talking about the gap in the middle.
no nobody seemed to pick up the player in the middle. I mean,
Yeah.
it was clearly a mistake from the corner, when when the fullback committed, beaten,
Hmm.
and then all the time in the world to just put in a cross.
Yeah.
And I mean, not no surprise, it's Remimbas. She's already scored 8 at the under 17 level. I think it's number 11 who commits and then
Yeah.
misses the tackle. And
I think it
it's
was a winger.
incredible
Yeah,
because,
it's number 11. Yeah, and number 14
yeah,
scoring the
because
goal. She was allowed a free kick that high, to be very
yeah,
honest. I mean, her foot was really high, but she was able to do that because she had nobody putting
no,
any sort of
yeah,
pressure on her at all. She
it's
was left
it's
absolutely
so
free.
surprising because there's no pressure
Yeah,
on her in the box. There are 5 people surrounding her, but there are nobody's really closing in. Like, I mean,
exactly. Exactly.
everybody's watching the ball as it comes in, and then she just pots it in.
This is a massive mistake that, Orko, you and I have both seen in Indian women's football a lot, that people do struggle to make decisions in quick time. People do
Mhm.
tend to do a lot of ball watching, and this is probably what happened over here, because there were two US players in that box, and both of them were completely unmarked, despite the fact that we just discussed that they created blocks of 4 during the corner. So they have like
Yeah,
a massive numerical advantage in terms of the numerical advantage
and
in the box, and yet,
remember just split the 2 blocks of 4. She
yeah,
positioned herself in the middle of the 2 blocks of 4, and she was found perfectly. Like, and
yeah,
honestly, this left side for India is threatening to be overrun. Like, again,
yeah, again.
she's getting she yeah, does not look good. I think some pressure needs to be exerted.
Early on.
You know, yeah, needs to be exerted back towards the USA, or otherwise we're just seeing them overload that right hand side. Like, as cool as
Yeah,
you like, they're just passing it around, they're just stroking it around. No pressure on the ball. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, and clearly, uh, you know,
See, even
clearly
right
wing
now, like there is
distribution.
way too much time that is being afforded to each US player to, distribute the ball.
Huh.
I mean, if you allow so much time to
At the
them,
edge of the box,
they
right?
are always,
And
yeah, and they're absolutely
this
going
year
to
the
take it
edge of our
in the
attacking
stride.
third.
Yeah.
This year the edge of our attacking third, we are allowing the pressure. And
Oh,
oh,
Orko, this is something
that's
that
Kajal
you spoke
who's
about in your, yeah, in your article as well, that you did
yeah,
as a preview to the under 17 World Cup, that they what India really
yeah,
does in defense is create a block in the center, and there is just one fullback stretching out trying to make a block, and there is no cover for
huh.
her. So what really happens in that
They
case
need
is,
to
if the
double up
fullback is
on the
beaten,
wings. Yeah,
exactly, if the fullback is
yeah.
beaten, then the US player has a free shot to just try and get in easily. Pretty much the same thing is happening right
Wow,
now.
some
Oh
oh my
god.
god, some
Oh
fancy
my god.
footwork. Very good footwork. Yeah,
Yeah, very
I think
good. I was so that's
that's number
I
9.
mean,
That's not
yeah,
that's number 9 Suarez, I think.
yeah. Heart attack for India, but
That's number 9
extremely
Suarez.
entertaining if you're watching it from a completely neutral football perspective.
Till point, yeah,
It
it
was
crossed the line.
yeah, it
uh,
crossed the line.
so what seems to have happened is, I think, number 16 Shubhangi Singh seems to have, uh, they seem to be dropping further and further
Hmm.
inside. And I think Denerby will try and double up on the wing. So distribution towards the wings as expected, trying to find the winger.
Yeah.
And long, it goes long, but she's not able to catch. It's Neha, I believe, number 7.
Yeah, and pressure from behind, so that's obviously given as a foul. Like
Yeah.
she was trying to tackle from behind.
Again, far too easily they play the first ball to the wing, far too
Yeah,
easily, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just looks very simple for US right now, and India is literally defending for their lives at this point in time.
Oh, that's oh brilliant feat there. The Indian defense is at
Yeah,
six and sevens, and I think that was number 18, Gamero. Gamero's been a live wire on this right hand side.
yeah, yeah,
She could very easily
absolutely.
be one of the early contenders for one of the players to watch out for. She's so good on this. She has a very from what we've seen in the initial exchange, she has a very low center of gravity.
Hmm.
She uses her body as a feinting tool really well. Again
Goal.
we have uh, right.
It's Suarez
Yes.
has scored. Suarez has scored. Again, it was a free header. It was an absolutely free header. The ball,
Nobody
I
jumped for it. Nobody jumped.
exactly, and it was a very good corner kick, to be very honest. It was very very well taken. But I mean, just look at how easy the movement was for Suarez, and like there was nobody else.
These deliveries are also killer, like this just it's an outswinging delivery, because there are two blocks of four in front of the keeper. Even the keeper's not sure as to whether I should come out for it, because she's obviously
Correct.
coming out into a crowd to try and grab it, and obviously there's a US player hindering her just in front of her, right? So the
And I
deliveries,
think
I mean, yeah.
there's a
And
bit of
I
a
think that's
change. Do
Kohler.
you
That's
notice?
Kohler with the yes, yes, finally,
Yes. It's,
yes,
now they're
yes,
trying to at least go up the pitch. India's trying to go up the pitch, guys.
yeah,
Trying to put some sort
yeah.
of pressure
In
on the
straight from
US backline.
zero people in the US half. Suddenly, six people are now in the US's
Yeah.
half. But for me, this and now we're dropping again because
That's because the ball is coming from the
it is
US's end. But again,
yeah.
this is what we talked about. Like I in Indian women's football, no, there is no real concept of uh, how dangerous
Mm.
it can be if you allow too much time on the ball to the opponent, because Indian women's football is not essentially played, with the ball per se. So I mean, there's that
Mm.
concept is difficult for them to get through when they come up with the kind of intensity that they have against the US.
Right.
That's
Linda
Neha,
Cobb, what
right?
should
That
she
was a
do?
that was
Yeah, that's Neha. Yeah, that's
yeah, that was
Neha
Neha
who's launching it
trying
pretty
to launch it. Yeah,
aimlessly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, who's launching it pretty aimlessly into no man's land. I don't know if she was going for goal.
When she was
It
trying to go for goal, but I think, to be very honest,
hmm,
there was space between the fullback and the three that were behind the line for US, and Linda was trying to make a run in between, but she never received that ball.
just a close up of Linda and the US keeper dwarfing Linda there,
Yeah,
right? Corner. The set piece seems to be the best, like one of the best bets, at least for India, to try
absolutely.
and get the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm just going to
we
talk
are going
about
to
this
we're going
player,
to struggle.
number eight Kohler. I'm just going to talk about this player, number eight Kohler. Right,
Hmm.
she seems to be very good on the dead ball. Seems to have really precision, really good. And I honestly deliver. Okay, we're trying to. launch it into com.
Yeah. What I feel at this point in time is the pace as well. I mean, I think the pace is very, very quick for India to match up with. Something, Orko, that you and I try and teach the girls in our team over here, that you break down your pace on the wings to try and get past the winger or the fullback. I think that is something that the US is doing extremely well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean,
The skill level is the difference between the level of the skill, no, is like extremely, like,
the
super
US just
evident.
seemed right up.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this was expected. I mean, I'm not going to be very critical of the Indian players based on the difference between their skill level, because it's always been very obvious. I mean, we knew it. But yeah, I mean, in terms of tactics, I think honestly we do have questions to ask.
I think I think more than
I think the again,
tactics here, uh, US's decision makes to that you're looking at England to keep the ball. Um, Againstly booting. I think possession overwhelmingly US's favor.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think those tendencies that we do see very generally in Indian women's football is for everyone to see right now. That when we are in pressure, we are not very comfortable with the ball, and we actually try and boot it away a lot. No, there was number 16 that was beaten very comfortably. Yeah, I mean, we're saying the same thing, right, Orko? I mean, that two lines of four. I mean, I'm not very sure. I'm not really. I can't see it being extremely effective, because that's leaving the US players actually absolutely free in the box. But I mean, India is sticking with it for now. Also, as a coach, do you think it's extremely? Oh, we have a goal again. We have the third goal. I'll actually have to see the replay to say anything about that one.
Yeah, it seems like a giveaway, right? Seems like the ball was cheaply given away, and obviously we're waiting for the replay. Um,
Oh, oh, ouch. Okay, that was number two, was it? Yeah,
okay.
they tried to play out from
No,
the back. It seems.
imagine dallying on the ball there, right?
Yeah,
Punished. I mean, like just brutal. Like
you know what was the
it's
mistake over there? More than just
uh
sitting on the ball. It was having your back to the opponent.
back towards, yeah. So that's a pressing trigger right
Yeah,
there. That,
exactly,
yeah. So
exactly.
I
The
mean,
body,
I
the
mean,
body
once you
position
took,
was very bad.
yeah, no, and it's also an indication for the opponent to come and just attack you, right?
Absolutely,
the moment the moment the center back does that, the striker knows that I can cash in for a goal here, right?
absolutely correct. Yeah,
Yeah, this is just 2017 deja vu all over again.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. See, because this is where I mean, I was saying that I'm not really going to be judging them too much on the basis of the difference in the level of the skill, but
Hmm.
these are just a few basics that
Yeah,
you have to have it right, right? Like you can't
yeah.
receive the ball with your back to your opponent like that. Your body position has to be
Okay.
right, and that's something that is taught at the grassroots level.
Hmm.
Should be taught.
Thi- this number 9 has an engine. Like she could just, I think, the whole day, I think she could just run the whole day, I think. And now we're seeing nine people cooped up in India's box.
Yeah, they're under extreme pressure, and I think that was Purnima, no, who got
Okay.
who had a back to the
Yeah.
opponent, and that goal was scored, right? And that was Purnima.
Yeah. Yeah. Do follow the sportscast YouTube channel. They almost show every Indian league under the sun. And
Yeah, yeah,
honestly, for
that's
somebody
true.
like me who just loves to watch football, loves to watch local football, right? And because there's so many varieties of football in India. Honestly, if you go across the states, right, it's like 30 different states, 30 different leagues, 30 different cultures. So uh, yeah, I mean, kudos to the sportscast guys, honestly. Now I can sit at home and watch leagues from, I think, uh, the Nagaland T-Out trophy was on sportscast, if I'm not mistaken. So
Mm.
I think fantastic initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree. I do agree. I think they are perhaps the only one who've been showing women's football as well in terms of the league. So yeah,
Yeah, Kerala, Delhi, women's leagues. You know,
the nationals as well.
across. You know, no, I mean,
No.
not yet, but we hope, sportscast is listening to our request and will broadcast the nationals also in the future, which I'm sure they will. They're a growing force, guys. They're a what do you say? Sleeping. They're not a sleeping giant. That's the Indian football team. Uh, they're pretty much a giant right now when it comes to local football broadcasting, sportscast. My favorite was the TR trophy because I got to see what was happening in Nagaland. Honestly,
Yeah.
and I love the football there. I mean, this number 9 is just too
Yeah, yeah. She's
much.
running circles. She's running circles. She's so good. The trickery
She's
at her
like
foot is
her,
excellent.
yeah, yeah, and her center of gravity is
Yeah.
just like she's just using her foot as bait. She's just leading with her foot. She's just showing direction with her foot, and then she's just changing. it's just very old school tactics, but it's so extremely effective. Someone even sent a message saying her name is Suarez Taylor. So in one Malayalam commentary, they were referring to her as Taylor Swift. So I mean, I mean,
Oh my God. Oh, that was so dangerous, the play over there. See, again, that they're so tentative when when the ball is coming
hmm,
into the box, that
hmm.
it's very easy for the US players to put pressure, because it's just so obvious that the Indians are very tentative.
It not only the tentative. I think
Linda
there's
just
a bit
earned
of
a foul.
what do you say? I almost think that uh, they moved from, let's try and take the game to try and manage the score line.
See, again, I mean, I like she's trying to go for the goal. I think that was Neha. Yeah, I think that was Neha. She's trying to go for the goal, but I mean, it's never dipping, never. If you're trying, and it was a very promising position. So if you have to manage that, because these are very few chances that are going to fall into your lap against the US. If you have to use the dead ball situations better. Goal. Yeah, I think that was a mistake from Astam. She just literally gave away the ball to Ramibas.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think
Taylor
that
Swift,
wasn't.
especially.
He's just so comfortable for US at all. Like it it's not something unexpected for me, but it almost feels like really bad.
I think the ACT guys sensed my pain. They my net guys sensed my pain, and they're saying, listen, you're better off without this pain. But but Rebimbas again, like, I mean, and also just to tell our viewers, these aren't the best 16, 17-year-olds the US has, by the way, because in the India, sorry, in the US England game that recently happened in
Yeah.
England, the US actually had a 17-year-old debutant. I think her name was Alisa Houghton, right? So there are
Hmm, hmm.
senior team players, that there are players
Yeah.
who haven't been released by their clubs because they are important to their NWSL campaigns. This we saw even with countries like England, Germany, France, Brazil, even during the men's under 17 World Cup, clubs refusing to release good 17-year-olds who are already on the cusp of the first team or are playing in the first team, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to give this reality check, but the gap is
The
massive.
gap is massive. I mean, this is
Hmm.
exactly what I said in my thread also this morning. That I want people to really watch this tournament and
Hmm.
understand where women's football is going globally, because
Hmm.
I there's been so much of talk
That's a
within the
poor
country.
Belinda. Who has a chance to
Yeah.
and the counter. Uh, they keep they keep, what do you say? They keep they keep messing up the final ball.
Yeah.
I was looking for a better word for it, but there is actually no word for it. I mean, the final ball is just super messy.
Ooh, oh, okay. You know exactly what I mean. Did you just see that? I mean, it was like there was such a good turn on India's right flank. I mean, she just showed that she was going to pass
Hmm.
to the back, and then she just took a split second to turn
Hmm.
around and put the ball into the center. I mean, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant.
I mean, the
For
deception, right? I mean,
every yeah, for
it's
every honestly, for every young player who's watching this game,
as
it's a
aspiring, yeah.
very good, yeah, it's a very good trick to pick, because this is
Hmm.
how you know transition games in a jiffy.
Yeah, but the pace of US play is just too
Exactly,
too
it's too
good, too
much.
fast.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
too
it's
fast.
it's too fast. Yeah. I can't decide between Gamero, Taylor, Rembimbas, or Kohler as to who I like better, because they are all, I mean, they are all ballers in the making. Honestly, like it's
Again, that ball was really bad. That pass was extremely bad from Linda.
yeah.
I think that was Linda's pass only, matlab, her attempt to pass.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
okay to her because
then he's
she's actually one of
furious.
the cooler. She's actually she's actually one of the cooler heads in
I also think
the
that since they kind of realize that they won't
in the
have too
team.
many opportunities, yeah, I think they realize that since they won't have too many opportunities against US, they're taking way too much pressure in the few half opportunities that they're getting. Oh, goal. Oh, oh, the goal didn't happen. I actually thought that was going to go because I mean it was very like it was a simple finish, but I mean the number 8 of the US blasted it up. Yeah. I mean she would be extremely
Kohler.
disappointed by the way. Yeah, yeah, she'd be
Ve-
extremely disappointed with that.
very
It was a
unlike her.
short goal.
ve-
Oh
Yeah,
my
very
god.
unlike her because she's act.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Orko. But did you see the restart? I mean, the the front three of the US was like literally standing just outside the box to put so much pressure on
Yeah,
the keeper during the restart. It's insane.
they're like hunters,
Yeah.
predators. Yeah,
We all remember the Thailand game in the Women's World Cup as well. The US senior team. And I think it was Thailand only, right?
yeah. Sorry, my net keeps fluctuating.
That's okay.
But were you talking about their record win against Thailand? The you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was saying, mentioned no that they're predators. So I'm like, this under 17 team also takes it from the
Yeah,
senior team. We all remember the Thailand game.
yeah. Sorry, predator is
I
probably not a right word. We meant it in a footballing context only.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're hunters. They're hunters. They're just too lethal. And I mean it's just one Linda against five people.
I think the Indians are making the mistake of committing. Oh, goal. Oh my God, what a finish. What a finish. That's number 20. What a finish.
I'm actually lagging proper 30 seconds behind you. So I mean,
I'm so sorry.
I'm just getting this
I'm
first.
spoiling the game for you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Oh, what a finish! Yeah, actually,
See?
no, but I mean, I I mean, the fullback, she went towards the ball and then she didn't. Right?
Purnima, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Committal,
she
but
went
not
towards the
fully
ball and then
committed.
she didn't. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
She
commitment
actually
but didn't.
crossed the ball,
Right?
went past it. She didn't actually stop where she should have and went for a tackle from the front. She tried to go for from the side, and that obviously didn't work. And her momentum was too much for herself. Actually, for Purnima, I think she was tracking back, and the momentum was too much for her to handle, for like her own momentum. That's why she fell also while trying to go for the tackle.
Yes. 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 My boot is also playing hide and seek
Oh,
with me.
oh, okay. Hide and seek, as in like it's
Hmm.
stopping.
Yeah.
The streaming, the streaming.
It's it's stopping, restarting. It's like it's giving me its own
I think that
highlights package right
I
now.
think that's also because of the internet. No, I having trouble with the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. But 5-0. I don't want to sound harsh, but I'm gonna say that I mean it was kind of expected. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was, it was. I mean, I didn't. I mean, personally, I didn't believe the people who said that we could make this a tough fight. I mean, it was not going to be like that against the US.
Hmm.
Even
And I
in the
mean
US,
it
the
was five.
college football is
It could.
so good. Yeah, the college football is so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying it could have been five. Could have been six. Could have been seven. Honestly.
Yeah. 6-6 for sure. I mean that miss
Yeah.
was like very bad.
And honestly, this wing play is just. I mean, if there's
Wing.
any Indian Indian aspiring winger who's watching this, you have to
Yeah,
watch Suarez. You have to watch her. Like
absolutely.
she's incredible.
Gorgeous.
This girl. I mean, in 40 minutes, she's blown me away. Like she like the level of trickery is next level. Like the wingers number one tool is their deception.
Yeah.
It's like she has it in like kilos. Sorry to use an Indian expression.
No, I genuinely think that the ability of the US players to change their direction very quickly is also
Direction.
something that is,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're able to change the direction so quickly, no, that it's very difficult for the Indians to track them also, and that is the difference in the level of skill that we're talking about. And Indians are not these Indian players are not really used to it, to be very honest. I mean, we don't play against opponents usually of this high skill level and this high in intensity level as well.
For sure. Like I mean, we do our shell.
I
We
think
have.
there is. I think that if there is one change that I feel Denby should really be making is I see, I see Neha and Linda, Neha, and the number 11. I see them like really close to each other. The wingers have to go a little wider to provide some cover for the fullbacks also, because the whole play from the US's end is mostly happening because this they're just switching the ball to the wings. So the wingers have
Huh.
to
And
be there
now,
as a
now,
cover.
now, 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 Shilky seems to be trying to act as a screen for the team, but
Yeah.
um, I mean that's just poor. That's just poor normal 11. Just trying to whack it against the opposition player is just. I mean, what do we think is going to happen? Is the player just going to become transparent? Suddenly, it's I don't. I'm sorry. This is just extremely poor decision making. It's I when your team is under pressure, you don't whack it against a player in your own half, because that could rebound anywhere. That could literally rebound
Anyway,
anywhere.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. This this fullback
I
is
think
now decided to join in. This
we are
fullback is like,
we are nearing the end of the first half, and I
yeah, of
think
the
there is a
first half.
lot of conversation that Denaby needs to do in the dressing room now.
I don't think so. If I'm correct, if 2017 repeats, there the US is probably going to make a raft of changes and going to just to try and manage the game in second half, because they're not here just to cross the group stage, right? I
Of course.
mean, they have another match in 72 hours, so they're just going to try and manage the game, because they this is in the bag. Let's not. I'm not going to mince my word, right?
Yeah, the
I'm
first
not going to
half
mince my words.
is
It
over.
this is in the bag. Yeah, this is in the bag, right?
Of course,
So
this is in the bag. I'm
that
saying in terms of what
yeah,
Denaby needs to tell the team for them to do better. The Indians need to,
yeah,
even if we have a wholesale of changes in the US side, I mean, the quality is
yeah.
not going to be like supremely different from what we've seen so far. I mean, there might be a drop or two, but other than that, it's going to remain largely the same. So I do think that the Indians need to improve a whole lot on what they've been trying to do. To be very honest, I mean, try to get their game, you know, in place, because for them they can't be focusing on the US. I mean,
But
it
but
doesn't
I'm
make sense for them. It has to be the focus has to be themselves.
saying, is there that NLB can do at this moment? Because it does seem like the gap is just massive.
Maybe
It sure
I'm
isn't
I'm
that
not I'm
NLB
not
can
saying
do.
yeah, I'm not saying score a goal or two, but probably just show a bit more resistance, because right now it's just way too easy for US due to a lot of positional mistakes also. Do a lot of basic mistakes, positional mistakes. The thing where they were shortening the pitch for themselves, right? They were shortening the pitch for themselves. They were not using the wings in terms of in defensive transitions. I'm not talking about the attacking transitions. Attack, so we have not even had really. But in terms of defensive transitions, I mean, we have
Hmm.
not used the wings for defense at all. So I mean, stretch them wide a little. They'll also at least make it a little more difficult for the US in terms of, like, maybe make them think a little bit more on the pitch than what they're doing at this point in time. At this point in time, they're just using their skills to go past the Indian players and bang the ball in.
Yeah, and yeah, honestly, like they haven't had to, uh, you know, what do you say? Uh, Really, I mean, the US really hasn't had to innovate, or what do you say,
Yeah,
stretch themselves, extend themselves to really trouble India. I mean, you're
I
you're
don't think
looking
they've
at
spent too much
you're
energy as
looking at
well. I think they're very good.
yeah, and I mean, Suarez obviously looking good,
Yeah,
and I mean, again, this is maybe a snap judgment, but I honestly feel that the US might be better than Brazil. Uh, as regarding what I saw,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, we will see it more in the second half, I guess. But I do think, in
Yeah.
terms of the combination of play that they are displaying, they're
Hmm.
very good. They're very good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think, Orko, you and I can also take a little bit of a break here. Just
Yes, we will.
rejuvenate before we
We
have
will.
to sit for the next 45.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. Guys, don't leave us for the second half. I know things look bleak, but definitely, we'll try and bring you the second half as best as we can.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back. I seem to have solved some of my net issues. And three changes for Team India. Abreshmina, I think that's Naketa coming
Yep.
in, right?
Yeah.
So that's defensive reinforcement, right?
Hmm.
Guys, also feel free to ask us questions. There's
Yeah.
a yeah. These are the only two people here who go to actively watch Indian women's football in grounds, and only two people actually, not even journalists, or I'm talking to as people. With only two people who go to watch. We've seen Indian football, so I mean, I don't want to say we're going to give you a reality check, but we try to be as honest with you as possible, right?
Correct.
We mean no disrespect. We just calling it as it is. 5-0 for the US at the end of the first half. So it's difficult for us to be, uh, and it would be a disservice to you guys, the viewers, also for us to be overtly optimistic about it. Also, right? We here to
Yes.
present the facts as it is, and Abreshmina, perhaps a change in shape.
There is. There is. I think Linda is more withdrawn now.
Yeah, and number 14 has gone directly to the attack, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. They're trying to give lesser and lesser time. But this isn't a race, and you know, it's how long can they maintain the press is the question.
Oh, it's going to be extremely difficult again. I don't think US have also made one change. Oh,
Hmm.
Shilki is also out and Linda is also out.
Out.
Yes.
That's immediately
Nikita Lisham and
aha.
Tirki in.
Turkey is in. Sudha Turkey is the
Yeah,
striker
so that
who's
is case.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sudha Turkey is the striker who's Linda, Shilki, and I think Purnima Kumari are out.
Purnima, yeah, yeah,
Punya
yeah.
Kumari are out,
Purnima was
and
really struggling. I think, especially Purnima was struggling. Shilki, I think, again, like I mentioned, there is a
hmm,
lot of expectation from Denaby's end on Shilki, which I think she was not able to do today because she was honestly, I don't think she was able to contribute too much to the game today. Same with Linda. I think her contribution was really low, and she was mispassing quite a bit when they had a chance to break through. So I think these are the reasons.
yeah. Someone asked Suarez to stop. Tell her that we have five. Tell that we are already 5 goals behind. Stop. No, no, that's a bad decision. That's a terrible decision right there. I mean, to
Okay,
try
in the sorry, go
to
on.
try and boot it out like that. Sorry, that's that's who was that? I think that was a centre back, right?
Yeah, I think so too. It was the
I
centre
mean,
back.
I mean to try and boot it out like that is just playing with fire.
Three substitutions for the US as well. Fraser,
Yeah.
Bug, and Bhuta are in. Oh, Bhuta is
Okay.
in.
Yeah, Bhuta's in. I think all the Indian homies out there are finally happy.
No, actually, someone in the chat has asked Zvita Chari, if I'm reading the username right.
Right?
She said, I don't know why the hell they're going for long ball. The players don't even have that physicality. So, just
Yep,
for your
yep, yep.
information, that is how Indian women's football is
Women's
played.
football. No,
They don't really know
but she's
anything
right.
else.
She's right. No, you play the long ball. When you play the long ball when you have the ability to at least clear some distances. That's why it's called the long ball. I mean, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
To do that when you don't have the ability to clear distances is suicide. That's exactly what
yeah.
it is. That's exactly what's happening, right?
120%. But I also think that that is because they're resorting to what they know.
Ha.
And that is what these girls are taught at the grassroots level, guys. That is
Hmm.
what they're taught when they're young. So, when we talk about developing football, this is why we say that we have to catch them young and teach them right.
Hmm.
Because the tendencies that you develop as a young footballer, it's very difficult to shake that off.
Yeah, there's a lot of unlearning and relearning that's
Yeah,
involved, and you would rather not unlearn. You would rather learn the right way, right?
correct.
Oh, we have set piece now. Set piece, our old friend.
Nakita, there was no. Yes,
Huh.
that was Nakita. I could
Set,
recognize her face so clearly. I mean,
yeah.
I've seen her
Set,
here.
set, yes. Set piece is our Uncle Ramu who comes and occasionally delivers gifts for us, but not that is not our Uncle Ramu. That's just very wide and not even on target.
Yeah.
Set piece is that uncle in that Indian family who always comes bearing gifts, because set piece actually been our best friend. Set piece actually been our best friend uh, since
Overall,
forever. Yeah.
since
Nay,
forever. Yes.
in any age group, across across genders, across teams.
Absolutely. Senior team as well. I mean, for be it for the men's or the women's.
I mean, the depth, the verticality, the football IQ on display here is just next level, next level,
Yeah.
right? I mean, uh just for context, Abreshmina and I, we run a team um, out of Delhi. It's called KKM Sangam Vihar FC, and we teach our girls about the concept of maintaining depth
So we
as a
have a
as
goal
a
also.
as a passing option. Yes. The Woot
Have
app
a
I think
fight.
is the Woot app I think is some 20 seconds behind, because now internet's working, and yeah, that's just
I'm
that. I
watching it on
mean,
the app.
nobody's challenging nobody's
Same.
challenging
Yes.
for the header. Nobody's
It's pretty
challenging
much.
for
It's
the header.
literally the same mistake. It's literally the same mistake that you're not going. Either nobody took a proper leap. To try and defend that ball.
Hmm.
It's so simple. Such a like easy header to take.
Yeah. No, you at least try and put the. I mean, it was six, right? It was who was closest. It was Babina. It was Babina, and Babina didn't jump with the defender. But Babina did.
Yeah.
Babina just let her have the free header.
Yeah.
Okay, it's six. It's half a dozen. देखो, आधे क्रेट अंडे तो आ गए हैं, अब देखो और कितने हैं। हाँ, देखो और कितने आते हैं। ठीक है, आधा डजन तो आ गया है अभी यहाँ पे। Yeah, it's just too easy. it, it's like we aren't
Yeah.
even reading. We aren't even reading what they're going to do. Like we are essentially we are reacting.
Actually,
We are reacting to every
actually,
move. We are
if you see what the US is doing, it's the same thing over and over again, right?
हाँ,
It's not like they've not like we discussed. They've not had to be super innovative or something.
हाँ,
They are doing pretty much the same things, but we are unable to read at all.
hmm, yeah,
The problem just now, what
hmm,
happened was when the ball was being played on the wing, and there was
hmm,
one of their fullbacks, perhaps, or the defensive midfielder, who
hmm,
pulled as a support and received the ball and
yeah,
put it in the middle.
yeah,
This is the problem you encounter when you are trying to create just a block in the center and not really playing in terms of the space. You are
hmm,
just trying to cover the center because that is where the goal is, but then people make movements from the wings, from the other parts of the pitch too.
sorry,
So you
yeah.
can't just cover the center and be like, "Ki, it's okay, anything can
No,
happen on the
so
wing, we'll
so
handle."
when, so the US expects it. US probably plays against a lot of teams who sit deep and try to create blocks in the middle, right? And they just try and stretch it like an elastic. They just use their fullbacks and the wingers to try and pull them one side, because everyone's ball watching, right? Everybody's gravitating towards the ball, right? And then somebody's at the far post sneaking in there, and bam, right? We finally
My
have
God,
it there.
such a
What? Oh
such a
no!
bad throw in,
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
bad throw in.
No, no, and even after throw in, I mean, what is Sudha hoping to achieve? Like, she has the ball. She has the ball, right? She's just
She can't
slamming it
control
against
it.
it.
That's the problem.
She,
She's
she's just
unable to
slamming it.
control it.
She's
Yeah,
just slamming it against a US player. That's it. That's it.
yeah.
And also, I don't want to be that guy, but Denerby gave an interview saying people will see that we are hard to score against. I mean,
Oh, I remember this.
I mean,
Okay. I
not.
don't think we have to say anything. The scoreline that is visible on the screen can tell you
And
that.
when the center backs when the center back is going forward, right? Look at what the other center back is doing. They're giving the depth option, trying to,
Hmm.
you know. I mean, it's
That's a miss by Suarez.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was a miss. I mean, it was a fabulous ball
The
from the left
amount of
flank.
misses they've had. That's.
It was
I
number
mean, I
two.
mean, you expect these guys to pull. They expect these guys to put all of this in. Honestly, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Oh, she. I think that went out of line. Yes.
Hmm. Again, I mean, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Like, why we playing that ball when it's not working? Why we playing that ball? No, it's out. It's out. It's out.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. We're trying to distribute to the wingers, right? But
Another miss. Hmm.
yeah, no, I get we're trying to distribute to the wingers, but it's just not working. Should we not opt for something else in that case? Should we not try and change it
Because
up? Should we not?
I don't think these people are realizing that
Mhm.
the US is
Oh,
using
that's
the
some.
wing so well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that
that
I
they
just saw the
have
miss. Yeah, yeah.
yeah that they
It's
have the wings covered. It's as simple as
hmm,
that. They have the wings covered. So why would you go for the wings? You don't go for the wings in a situation like
yeah,
that. Try and maybe pull in a little closer, you know sort of move in the space between the central midfielder and the winger or the fullback, and try and place somewhere in between. It it's just that, I mean, like, it's just the inability to figure out solutions while being on the pitch. I mean,
yeah,
it's I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't really blame them, because again, we don't raise very intelligent footballers, so yeah.
Hmm. Abreshmina is being her very critical self. Sorry to anybody who's offended by this, but I hate to agree with Abreshmina because nobody's looking at solutions because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. There's only so much you can rely on the coach because he's not going to come into the field and play for you. He's not going to come
Yeah,
in and make decisions for you. At some point, you have to raise your hand up and say this is not working. Is there a penalty? Is there a penalty?
I think so. I think so. Yeah,
I think.
I think that's a penalty.
Oh, that's a terrible tackle, by the way. That's it's just
Yeah, yeah. Kajal. That was Kajal.
yep. No, that's you can't go in for the tackle. I'm sorry, but you
No,
cannot
you
go in
can't.
for
You
that
can't.
tackle. You cannot. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? They're
Again, that's
they're
bad
just
decision making. That is creating an urgent situation for yourself, because actually she was away from the goal, so there
yeah.
was no need actually to go for a tackle over there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. Number 7 incoming.
Oh, easy finish. Number 9.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah, very simple. Clinical. tough to save also actually for a keeper because it was very close to the post.
Hmm.
But also Anjali couldn't really guess which way she was going to shoot anyway.
Hmm.
So 7-0 it is, guys.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure everybody just wants to switch off their television or
And
laptop, whenever you're watching.
I'm seeing some comments about, I'm seeing some comments about, oh, hold leagues. It's not just about holding leagues. It's not just about holding leagues.
Hmm.
You have to question everything here. It's not just
No,
about holding
somebody has
leagues.
also written, this is
Uh,
embarrassing, this is shambolic, this is pain. I do agree that this is not great, but again, I mean,
but hmm,
honestly, I would urge you to understand where we are as a footballing nation and where US
hmm,
is as a footballing nation. This was
hmm,
always meant to be like this. For anybody who had their hopes of a very tough, gritty game against the US, I mean, honestly, I'm uh, no offense, but this is your reality check. This is where we stand as a
hmm.
footballing nation. And honestly also we are not anywhere close to uh, closing this gap. We're very far away
No,
yet.
no, we're not. No, we're not. And I mean, Denerby's face just says it all. It's a picture of pain. It's just a picture of pain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure because maybe he had his tactics in place, maybe he thought of something and he's seeing it like completely, turn to like pieces in front of him. But if he actually hoped for, uh, to be very honest, some anything else, he was also trying to run away from reality. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm really sorry to say that, but I mean, yeah. See, again, the lack of communication between the Indian players is very
Getting
stark. I
dragged.
mean,
The right back's just getting
yeah,
dragged again and again. Just getting dragged. Just getting pulled out of position. Like it's so easy. It's so easy and it's so disjointed. It's my God. Like it's
I think to be very honest, if there is one player
uh,
who, oh, goal. I'm so sorry, Orko. I spoilt it for
yeah.
you again.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Benefit of having cable TV over relying on app first. Oh, but this is
I'm
some.
watching it on app. I think you're just behind
Oh
because
wow! Oh
what a
wow!
finish, though.
Oh wow! I mean,
Super finish.
not only is the build-up play exquisite, like
Yeah,
trying to pull the last level of line, and they stretch the line, and then they cut back, and the team has no
yeah.
idea what has hit them, no idea. By God, this is just. The finish is exquisite, but so is the
So
build-up play.
beautiful.
The
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the build-up play is so good, right?
That has actually
I mean.
created that space for that beautiful a strike.
Mm, I mean, if you're tuning into this, and if you're running an academy, right? Take lessons, take notes, produce smarter players. Simple. Produce
Yeah.
smarter players.
Okay. Shelja has come in.
Okay.
Yeah, just came in.
And
Substitution. Bhuta
the
came in
comment,
and scored that scorcher.
yeah.
Bhuta came in and scored that like stunning. Yeah.
uh, we have a bhutia, they have a bhuta. So
Had a Bhutia, technically, in
yeah,
terms of in Indian
we s-
football, in
we still.
football,
Oh my
playing.
God! Like, how does this happen? How does it happen? How does she have turn time in the box to turn
I think,
and shoot like that? Like,
yeah, I think there was some error in what they showed as substitution in the beginning. I mean, I was right. I did see Linda. I
I
thought
mean,
I
I
saw
mean,
Linda. Linda
I
just
mean,
got substituted, guys.
sorry,
Shelza came in place
Abreshmina,
of her.
how is how is the shot coming in? Like, how is the shot coming in? Like, we are missing clearances in our box.
Because we are not reading the game, we're just chasing Orko. If you see them, they are just everywhere. The problem right now for the Indians is they don't know if they should be stretching to the wings and leaving the center.
Hmm.
They don't know if they should go for a tackle and when they should go for a tackle. I think the game is all over the place at this point in time. They can't make a decision. They are unable to make a decision because 8-0 is the score line. So I mean, it's just utter, you know, embarrassment in their heads as well. Because I am sure
Yeah,
they were hoping for a better display of themselves. So
yeah.
yeah,
No, honestly, I have no, I have no complaints of these girls, right?
same.
Um, they wanted to play at this level. It's been their dream to play at this level. They're just not equipped to play at this level. That's a different thing. But I mean, can you blame? And I mean, I'm so heartbroken looking at the goalkeeper's face, because that's a face of
Yeah.
a that's the face of a young girl who wants to quit right now, who wants to tap out, who wants to just throw in the towel. It's really heartbreaking looking at that face, because it's no one nobody should have to go to go through this. Honestly, like, just looking at Anjali Munda's face is just,
Yeah. I think
I mean,
to be very honest, I think what Sudha did over there was
hmm,
decent. She tried to go in for to win the ball, to press and put some sort of pressure till the very end. And at least the keeper did not get time enough. She knew she had to release the ball at that very instant.
hmm,
Also, if there is one other player that I feel at least
uh,
knows to an extent what she is doing at her position, is Neha.
hmm,
I think
uh,
she is doing pretty okay, going up and down as well. And
hmm.
her runs when the midfield has the ball is like it's positive. It's positive. If that's the word I want.
She's trying. I'll give her that.
Yeah,
She's trying. I'll give her that. But I mean, I have to, what do you say? I have to disagree with you. I don't think she's also taken the best of decisions. I think if others have taken one decision of 10 right, she's probably taken two out of 10 decisions right. That's it. That's it.
yeah, possibly. I'm not saying she's taken a lot of decisions right, but maybe she is a bit more aware of what she needs to do or what she is trying to do at her
Hmm.
position in particular, because I think
Hmm.
other people in the center are kind of getting lost. They don't
Yes.
really know what to do.
Yes, and honestly, the center is a. I mean, when
We
you're,
discussed it, right?
yeah. I mean, when you're okay. This is more of the same. Okay. Okay. See, listen. When you're losing 8-0, right? You just want to hide, and then at that point in time, the center is the worst place to be in. You do not
Yeah.
want to be there. That is not the place you want to be in. Like, just the positioning of the US players. Just look at the positioning of the US players. It's something that's, I mean, people might say it's not something that comes by 1 month of camp or 1 year of camp. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how long the camp is, right? It doesn't. It's just something that's football basics, right? It's not the English team which won the under 17 men's World Cup in 2017. They all met up at the airport. By the way, that's the first
Yeah,
time they were meeting up, and I mean they had like 4 weeks or 3 weeks, right?
yeah. I remember. I remember. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, the change for India.
Hmm.
Varshika is coming.
I think Anita Kumar is out. She's had a very bad day.
Yeah,
She's
very bad.
she's
She's
almost
been
been invisible.
ineffective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
invisible.
But I think what honestly what looks like to me something I don't particularly understand is it just looks like Deneby is trying to bring in a bit of physicality into play, which I don't really understand because at this point in
Because
time they are
yeah,
getting
because
outplayed.
no, I'm saying the US is anyway going to be more physical than you any day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're
So
going to
I
be
don't
more
really
physical than
understand the
you.
attempt of trying to bring in physicality really because we are getting beaten at skills more than physicality at this point in time.
Yeah, yeah,
So I think what needs to be corrected for these girls is their positional understanding.
definitely. I mean, sorry to say this, but I mean, any US school team would probably have a better positioning than this, right?
And guys, if you want to share your opinion, please feel free to
Please,
put it in
yeah,
the
please
chat.
ask questions.
Ask any questions
Please,
if you want to.
please ask questions. Yeah, please.
Even if you think we are being too critical, that is something you can put
Yeah.
in the chat box and let us know.
No, I mean, I mean, we said it at the
We can
start.
explain ourselves.
Huh. Train the brain, guys. Train the brain. I swear.
Exactly, exactly.
Just, just, just focus. I mean,
Again, oh my god, that is so bad. That is so bad. She's so tentative. I mean, she just received that ball and took ages to to even think of making a pass. And that's not
hmm.
good, guys. That's not good, especially when you
Yeah.
are
I mean,
at a position
I
like
mean,
that.
Sorry. This is schoolgirl level. This is schoolgirl level error. Honestly, like she had 5 seconds, and then she goes on
Yeah.
to boom. I mean, it's
It's on the right. Who was she? Can't see clearly, to be very honest, the numbers also.
hmm. Oh my god. And the keeper even then is just watching. I mean, if it dips, it dips. It goes in.
Yeah,
If it dips, it dips. It goes in. Like we are
exactly.
honestly will be very lucky to. And I think the US already missed. I think about five big chances.
Yeah, yeah, they have missed. They have missed. Absolutely.
Seriously,
And
what are we trying to do
another thing.
when we try to receive the ball, right? When we try to receive the ball, we are facing we're facing our goal, and we're trying to
Yeah.
hit it with the back of our. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. That's
I
that's the
I
basic mistake that Purnima also made when she conceded a
I
goal in the
don't
first half.
I don't I don't get it. Like, it's, I mean, surely this is not what Denerby's taught, right? This can't be.
No, definitely
This
not.
can't.
That's honestly, also we know better. We know these are tendencies.
Yeah, these are.
Ooh,
I mean, the keeping
see,
the
this
ball
is what I'm talking about.
Folex.
The pace. Also, they're being given so much space. Their pace is better. So, guys,
Hmm,
okay, for anybody who, who saw that bit,
hmm,
when
hmm,
you know that the winger is quicker than you, and you as a fullback need to
hmm,
try and stay with the winger with your back to your own goal, and
hmm.
try and block it, in the sense stay with them, try and put the pressure on the person, and don't try and go for a tackle at that point of time, because if you commit, that person is going to cut and put the ball in.
Faces. I think the faces say it all. It's pretty.
Grim.
It's pretty grim. Like, it's honestly, guys. Um, I mean, don't hate on these girls. They're not. It's not there.
Oh my God,
It,
what? Oh, wow, what passing? Oh, that's a miss. That's a miss. Oh, sorry, Arka, you're going to see this and you're going to have the same reaction. What beautiful combination play from US's left, our right.
oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Oh,
Right?
love. It's just,
I knew you were
it's
going to have the
just,
same reaction.
it's just too easy. It's just too easy.
Beautiful combination play. Fantastic.
Hmm, hmm,
This is literally finding spaces between, between defenders, and you do it with actually your own movement. You uh, you create that space because you're moving according to how the defenders are moving and how your teammate is moving. That is when you
hmm.
create that kind of space for each other.
Huh? Like,
Oh,
guys, like I
bad.
was saying, before Abreshmina interrupted me, do not hate on these girls. They do not. They absolutely do not deserve it, right? When you give your whole life to a sport, you just want to represent the national team, right? It's not their fault here in this sport. Oh my god. Like, just, I mean, guys, lesson one: move the ball, don't move the man. Move the ball as fast as
Yeah.
you can. Just move the ball, right? we are again time and again getting caught on the ball because we receive the ball. We're waiting for 5 seconds to decide what we want to do with the ball, right?
Exactly. Which is why Orko said train the mind for
Yeah,
all the coaches out there.
train the mind, and it's the US. One thing you'll see is that the US, after receiving the ball, they know what their next move is. They know how to move the opposition with their movement, right? Right. There is depth. There is verticality. That there are all the principles at play here. Like it couldn't be much. It could be much more clearer, right? Because India is sitting with a block of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the middle. The US is like, okay, no problem, right? Right. How do we break down the low block? We just stretch them from side to side like an elastic until it snaps.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's snapped. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Just quickly.
that is okay. So yeah, again, so what happened right here was a back pass, and the right fullback was not ready for it. So that is lack of communication between your central midfielder, between your defensive midfielder and the fullback. That's lack of communication, because back passes in these situations can be extremely dangerous when you know that your opponent is pressing you. You have to communicate with your fullback before you make that back pass. So Kohler is out and Sanchez is in. Yeah. Orko, you're still on mute.
I'm saying I'm sad to see Kohler go because she's actually one of the quiet monsters of our team. Like the set piece deliveries are just wicked. They're just wicked. They're just always falling in the danger zone, and anybody would put panic. You know,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, do you take a look at the first touch? They always go into space. They always fall
Yes.
into they
Yeah.
always fall into space. They always know they always know, yes, here's the space, and I'm going to take the touch here into space, right?
That's because they're thinking of the next move while they're receiving the ball or before they're
Huh.
receiving the ball. That
Huh.
is
I mean,
what, as a footballer, you're supposed to do.
it's simple, right? When you're receiving the
Yeah.
ball, before you receive, you scan. While you're receiving, you
Yeah.
scan. After you receive, you scan. You do the three scans, right? You.
Correct.
I mean, it's just. I don't know what to say. I mean, the expression is men against boys. This is women against girls, I suppose, right? It's
Yeah, you can say that.
it's. I mean, it's there's no pressure. So the first touch is always comfortable. It's super comfortable.
Yeah.
There's no rush. There's no, what do you say? There's no uh, oh, we're going to struggle, or we're going to push the lines. There's no uh, what do you say? What's the word for hard buddy that I'm looking for? There's no panic.
Hustle. Yeah,
In
there's no hustle or
Yeah,
panic.
there's no
It's
there's
very
no panic.
comfortable.
It's very comfortable. It's as easy as you like.
Yeah,
And we keep playing these balls into the overload zone. Like we keep doing that, right? We keep. I mean,
that is
are we
that is
real?
what I meant when, when I
Hmm.
said that, that they are overloading on the wings because they're using the wings
Huh.
to attack you. So you
Yeah.
don't go for that. You try and find a solution from the center. And
Hmm.
finding the solution from the center is difficult. I know it's very difficult because it's a dangerous area.
Uh-huh.
But but that is where the movement from your teammates play a lot of, like, a massive part.
Hmm.
They'll come close, they'll call, they'll take the ball, take ownership of the ball that is near them.
Hmm. Okay, player seems to be hit and it's down. The
Yeah.
US seems to have bit of
Shubhangi.
yeah. The US seems to have slowed down. The US seems to have slowed down a bit.
I think so
You know,
too.
they're they're taking it light. There's like 8 goals
No,
is enough. Huh.
yeah, giving us some respect.
Guys, feel free to ask us questions. Criticize.
Yes,
Hmm.
anything you guys want to say. I mean,
Hmm.
we are open to, you know,
Okay.
answering questions, helping you out
Peep.
with whatever doubts you guys have.
Hmm. Definitely, guys.
Yeah. She got hit at the side of the face. See, again, that was such an easy receive from the throw in also, because there was nobody
Okay.
to,
So I think I think
put any sort of pressure.
I think some questions are there. Why are we hosting this tournament? We not invest money to build a team first. It's easier said than done. Uh, because it's a long term process, right? It's not that we can build a team. It's not like getting components and doing a DIY fix, right?
Yeah.
It's a long term exercise, and honestly, I mean, it's not easy, right?
It
Michael
isn't.
Donnelly, I believe we have a commentator from uh, I believe the US. The US is slowing down, letting up to not run up the score is a huge mistake on their part. They could lose out on a tiebreaker to a Brazil or Morocco now, because I think every team group is going to beat up on India. Michael, I'm just going to say this. I think the US is going to win 3 out of 3. I have a feeling they are also the favorites against Brazil. Obviously, I mean it's not a given, but I feel I feel it's going to I feel they're going to win the 3 matches, right? Of what we saw.
Yeah. Yeah, even I
Yeah.
think so. Even I think
Yeah,
they have a good
they are
chance.
playing like Akash Naik Singh. They're playing like they've never played football before. Why? Akash, actually, the question's not that they have not played somebody with this intensity before. They've played football before, but they have not played
Yeah.
anybody at this intensity, right? Sandeep Chetri Singh,
Absolutely,
Michael
absolutely.
Donnelly, tell something new. We assembled team in 6 months. Honestly, Sandeep, like I was mentioning about the England under 17 team, at the turn of the World Cup under 17, they just assembled at the airport and they took 4 weeks. This is about getting our
No, no.
basics right.
And
Yeah,
and also, honestly, this team has not been assembled in a few months.
6 months. Yeah,
Most of these players,
18
if
months. Yeah,
again,
yeah.
if you have been following Indian women's football, you'd know that
Hmm.
most of these players have been in the system for the past 4 years, at least 3 to 4 years, playing. Either they were a part of the previous under 17 team only, the World Cup of which got cancelled because of COVID, or they were in the tournament, the tournament that happened before that, the Reliance tournament that happened before that. uh, or they have been playing under 20 tournaments since then. So yeah, it's not like this team has been assembled today.
Hmm.
It's just that there is a basic lack of what's been taught to them at the grassroots level, because honestly Dennerby cannot make them unlearn and learn new things within months. So yeah, I mean, there are lots of factors, and like Orko mentioned, it's not their fault.
Ah.
Honestly, a lot of things in our system at the grassroots is extremely wrong, and that is where we need to improve.
Okay. Michael Donnelly, agree with you. I watched this in under 17 US group. They aren't as dominant as some youth teams of USA past. The game against Brazil in particular, bit of agree with you. US have actually had pretty amazing under 17 batches. This is not a vintage batch, agree. But we saw the Brazil game, and Brazil are really finding it tough in these conditions. Like they're really finding it. I think the energy is being sapped, right? So I mean, I know that you watched this probably this match more than I have, but I honestly, based on what we saw today, and obviously it's not a very good indicator because the intensity, Brazil's intensity much higher, but
Yeah.
I think they have a slight edge on Brazil, right?
I think so. I think so. Given what we saw of Brazil, I mean, obviously we can say that Brazil
Huh.
might also do better in their second game and things like that. But
Huh.
yeah,
And
given what if we make that kind of comparison, given the intensity they brought and the game intelligence that US have brought,
hmm.
I think they do have an edge
I
over
and Donnelly saying while they have the depth and play to a higher level, they don't have the two or three elite players. Actually, Michael, by the time this tournament ends, I think you might you might think differently about Taylor in particular, Suarez Taylor in particular, and I think Remimbas is also an excellent player in the making. So I just hold off on that assessment because I'm pretty sure that they're qualifying from the group. I'm pretty sure these guys are making it out of the group, uh,
yeah.
and it all depends on how far they go, right? They make
Mhm.
it out of the group. You're already saying they're among the top best eight in the world, right? So I mean, you don't get to the best eight in the world without having any elite players, or there might be elite players in the making, and this is important for us to identify that and have patience, right?
Yeah.
I'm I'm
Also,
pretty sure this.
Navadit,
Yeah, yeah. No, go on.
yeah, also Navadit is like, yeah, I mean, the association's job is to do the hard work. I am okay if it takes 30 years or 50, just do it the right way. I completely agree with that. I mean, we
Agree,
can't
agree.
have short term plans. That is the whole point. I mean, I don't know for
Yeah.
how long Orko and I've been screaming about having a
Hmm.
long term plan and working on it rather than, going for these
Hmm.
short term solutions that will
Hmm.
yield no result in the long term.
Hmm. Huh. And I think Rohan Joseph saying level of football of other countries are whole big level compared to India. We're not going to train. It's not just about training them wrong young age. Your second bit, right? Giving them the proper mindset of how to play. That's very important because as we can see, all we're doing is we're trying to boot the ball away, right?
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is we're trying to boot the ball away. So the second part is most important. Even if you start at 12, right, the mindset has to be to keep the ball, has to be to love the ball, keep the ball, try to play with the ball, right? So
Number
right,
14,
8 month
I think,
training
is
can't.
injured.
Okay. Oh, that's a
Yeah, number
shame.
14. She's injured. I think she's, yeah. I think
I
we'll
think
just
she
have another. She's
I
okay, I
think
think.
she's been fab uh today,
Right,
number
because,
14.
yeah.
Yeah, Rainbow was she's been fab. The movement between the lines is just too good.
I think in that sense, Donnelly is right. I think we'll be able to judge them much better when we see them against Brazil. But
Yeah.
yeah, as far as the first match showing goes, it's good.
Yeah, and this is the next match day. India versus Morocco next match day, and Brazil versus US. I think
Yeah,
that's a clash for whoever ends up on top of the table.
yeah, yeah. And the final full-time whistle is
Yeah,
blown, guys.
we
So
we
yeah,
have
it's
Naveen
8-0
Joshi in the comment
in.
section going England, England, England. I think none of the two teams are playing in this.
Yeah,
None of the two. England is not playing in this match, but
it's not playing.
they're not playing in this
Also,
match. But yeah, refrain. Would request you guys to refrain from spamming or talking about any of the World Cup. We're talking about this World Cup, right? Sandeep, I'm never not sure we won't take shortcuts. I feel it's who we are, right? So I do not think that
as
we.
of now, yes.
Uh, Sorry, Deva Prasad, we're not going to take this question. Sir Alex Ferguson was Pep. For me, I'm just going to leave it at Pep. I'm not going to expound on that. I'm just going to say it's Pep, right? Also, on players' part, I know they've gone through a lot. If you're playing for the Indian shirt, you need to show intent, play with blood. Again, Navajit, I do not think you can really put that blame on the women. You can't put it,
I don't,
right?
yeah, I don't think, see, I don't think they showed lack of effort. They
Hmm.
honestly didn't know what to do against this, you know, pace and intensity of play. They just
Hmm.
lost it there. They just lost it there.
Hmm.
I don't think that they put any less effort. I mean, nobody as a footballer would want to do that,
Hmm.
especially if you're, playing the game of a lifetime.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think they put any less effort, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
being
and
able to execute.
Michael, you're saying Brazil might score 10 plus. They might score 10 plus. I agree. But when we saw the Brazil Morocco match, they were actually struggling to finish off their chances. They actually created far more chances against Morocco, but I think the finishing is not definitely not as clinical as the US for sure, right? Manbok is saying when I discuss scenario on Team Argentina, some football fans got angry. Said to tell them when India will host this tournament. I This is the best time. When I replied them, when India isn't getting embarrassed like this type of score, that is the best time to play international football. Agreed with you, Manbok. This is probably a step too far. We have to probably start with the teams that are closer to us than aiming.
Nahi, and
Sun.
also, I mean, Sandeep, yeah, Astam's story,
Hmm,
especially when everything happened with during COVID and everything. Yes, I did cover that story. I spoke to her as well at that point of time, and yes, I'm aware of her situation, and I also think that as much as it has an impact on the play, and I think kudos to her for sticking to the game and
hmm,
playing at this level for sure.
hmm, hmm,
But at the end of the day, she is in the national team at this point in time, and she's the captain of the team. So yeah, I mean, in terms of when she's at the
hmm,
camp and everything,
hmm,
she has
hmm,
to be
hmm,
up there and about it. Yeah.
hmm. Also, you can join us on injury time for a. I mean, there's
Yes.
nothing to tactically break down this game, but we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss some things that we should have discussed. Adesh Chaudhary, I can't tell you, man, how I can't tell you how much we agree with you. Honestly,
Yeah, and
honestly,
this,
I can't tell you how much we agree with you on this.
yes, absolutely. I mean, we have been screaming for it. And yes, guys, so as soon as this video ends, you're going to be redirected to the injury time
Deva
episode.
Prasad, Deva
So
Prasad,
please do stay with us for that.
injury time does cover the ISL. We get the best tactical experts, including coaches and everything. We are obviously not as popular as that other podcast, but yeah, we like serious discussions. Yes, so please head over to Injury Time. Do subscribe to both Injury Time and Sportscast India.
And
Great job by
Sportscast.
Sportscast. Great job by Sportscast India. Great initiative. Honestly, kudos to them. They really care about Indian football. It shows.
Yeah,
um, they do.
in their
They
roster,
do.
it shows
They
in their
do.
roster.
They shows the roster. They do. Please subscribe to them. They deserve your support, guys. They deserve your support. They're at
And
99.9K. Yeah.
thank you so much for sticking with us throughout this
Us.
watch along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
thanks a ton. And we do hope you watch this entire tournament and all of the other India matches as well.
Naveen Joshi, I'm not sure as to what your question is, but yeah, definitely, guys. We're going to end this here, and thanks
Let's
for
head over to
tuning in.
injury time.
Yeah, let's head over to injury time now. See you guys on the 14th. We're going to cover that game as well. That's all from me, Orko, and I'll just leave it to you, Abreshmina, to have the last word.
Yeah, just honestly, it was great fun. I think yes, in the sense of how the game turned out, and yes, it was difficult as an Indian to watch it. But yes, I mean, knowing the realities, it wasn't something unexpected, and all we can take away from this is how long a distance we still need to cover as a footballing nation. So thank you so much for sticking through this whole watch along and listening to us. Thank you.